This is lesson 2.5, where we're going to look specifically at different ways Windows displays the files to the user. We've been focused on our command line using the command ls, which tells us everything that's in a folder. But the other way, and the way a lot of people are familiar with, is through File Explorer. So we're going to move this guy over and down. And we're going to go to, let's say, Documents. And now I've got my File Explorer on the left, and I'm going to change directory into my Documents folder here on the right. And I'm going to type ls, press enter. And I can see that I have a match between what's shown on the graphical file system and what's shown here with my command line. So if I create a directory on this side using mkdir, and I'm going to call this directory junk, I'm going to see that junk has shown up in my file folders in my File Explorer. If I remove junk, and do an ls, I can see that it's disappeared from my listing here, and it has also disappeared from my File Explorer. In the next lesson, we'll be learning how to create a file as opposed to a folder. There's a couple different ways to do that, but the one that I'm going to use right now is called cat. This is going to create a text file. I'm going to press Control and D to close that. So if I do a list, I can see I have the file I just created, the file.txt. I can see it here in my File Explorer. If I double click it in my File Explorer, it's going to open up a notepad. It's going to have the text that I put into it. This is my text file. I can close that window just the way I normally would. I can actually look at it on this side using the same tool, cat, the file text, says this is my text file, and finally I'm done with it. I can remove it using rm-r. We can see it disappear on the File Explorer side, and if I do ls, it's also gone from my directory listing here. So that's just to point out that a lot of the operations you're used to doing through File Explorer, you can also do through the command line. And there are advantages to being able to type in commands and have things happen. It can be faster than mousing around, especially when we start dealing with lots of files. Thank you much.